You guys know I love minivans, anything with sliding doors. You can haul a lot of people, haul a lot of stuff. They're the ultimate Swiss Army knife of modern day cars. While I'm still waiting for Honda to come out with an Odyssey with a hybrid, maybe one day, Sienna right now is the best hybrid minivan. I tested the Pacifica plug-in hybrid this past year. It didn't feel like a ready product. It felt really underbaked, and I'd just be getting the V6 Pacifica if I was getting a Chrysler. But I received 37 miles per gallon in the Sienna. That is essentially double the fuel economy of the rest of its competitors, assuming you're comparing to the V6 models. Now, there's one minivan that's doing really well right now. It's a Kia Carnival. I think there's just 4 major minivans in the United States nowadays. It's a far cry from when I was growing up, right? The Carnival looks really cool. Looks like an SUV with sliding doors. It just got a refreshed over in South Korea. And now it's finally coming with a hybrid, which means it will come to the United States as a hybrid maybe in 2024 by the end of the year. So we're going to talk about the Carnival hybrid and how it's really going to put some pressure and heat not only on Toyota's hybrid, but for Honda to roll out with an excellent hybrid minivan as well. Now, on the American Kia page, we actually don't have the updated styling. If we look back in May 1st of 2023, that is when they came out with a 2024 Carnival with no major changes. But if we go to the Korea Herald, where they're able to drive the new Carnival hybrid, they actually have some pictures here of the new Carnival. It also has been spied here in the United States. Kindle Auto was able to spy this vehicle, and check out this grille. Look at the detail. That looks like Genesis. The new style of Genesis has so much detail in their grills, and the Carnival has that now. And look at the horizontal nature and vertical nature now. It's almost getting some cues from the Kia Telluride, I feel like. And maybe I think it's the Staria, which is an MPV over in other markets, especially in South Korea. But I'm really digging this new, more macho front end to the Carnival. Again, this is the old Carnival, or should I say current Carnival. It looks a bit minivan-ish in the front. It doesn't look bad. It's definitely more aggressive than most minivans, but this looks awesome. It looks proper. Now, if we go to the back, we do have a light bar in the back. You see the hybrid logo back here as well. And then from the side, still looks the same, looks like an SUV. I just wish this portion right here was blacked out in most models. This styling trim piece is a bit strange. All right, maybe some new wheel design as well, kind of like these crosses or like these little squares in a circle. As much as I like the exterior design improvements, let's take a look at what's going on in the inside. Here's the 2024 model, which I believe is unchanged since like the 2021 model. And up top is the new 2025 model. Now, the door panels look to be pretty much unchanged, maybe a little bit right around the window switches. The steering wheel looks to be about the same as well, maybe slightly different contour and sharper edges where your hands go, as well as the new Kia logo, but it's had the new Kia logo for a few years now. This is obviously the old Kia logo. The screen technology actually looks the same. Maybe new software, though, running behind these screens. And it looks like maybe head-up display here. This guy has wood. That's the thing. I'm going to miss wood. You see wood getting replaced in more and more cars. So this wood ornamentation, I don't know if it's real wood, but it looks good, is getting replaced with a light bar, ambient lighting. Now, also the screen looks to be, as well as the controls, are more angled towards the driver, which I really appreciate. And it looks like they got rid of and consolidated, I guess you could say, this whole portion. So I'm not a big fan of this because this takes a while to get used to. It's like this in the Kia EV6. They have one panel that switches between climate control and audio control. Which there's also ways to customize it where it defaults after a few seconds back to audio or back to climate control. So once I figured that out, then this makes it a lot more usable. Looks like better access here. You don't have this glossy black piece, thank God. You don't have that hiding your USBs anymore. Cup holders are in the same spot. Armrest, cup holders, seat design, it's all pretty much the same. So just a small tweaking of the interior to make it a little bit more modern, a little bit more futuristic, but I am going to miss the wood, if that makes sense. But I want to go into the driving impressions, and I'll play some B-roll for you guys while I read about their driving impressions of this new Kia Carnival hybrid minivan. Heck yeah. Out of all the new pre-orders for this new Carnival, 70% are for the hybrid model. So there's a huge demand for this Carnival hybrid over in South Korea, and I guarantee there would be here in North America as well. So they drove from Goyang to Paju, which is about an 82-kilometer drive. They saw 31, almost 32 miles per gallon. Or 13.5 kilometers per liter. They're saying that the Sienna hybrid gets about 14 kilometers per liter in their cycle. Now, what hybrid system are we seeing here? Well, it's actually super familiar if you have driven or well-versed in other Hyundai hybrids. It's the 1.6 liter hybrid mated to a single electric motor up front, and I believe this is just front-wheel drive, which I would prefer to have front-wheel drive only Carnival. It's going to keep the weight down and the cost down and improve your fuel efficiency. Yes, the Sienna hybrid can come with all-wheel drive because they put an electric motor for like an all-wheel drive setup, and that's great if you need it in your area. Down here in Florida, I'm sure most of them are front-wheel drive only hybrids, but yeah, the 1.6 liter turbo engine with the hybrid setup made it to, I think it's a 6-speed dual clutch. You feel it shifting through the gears. I feel like in some ways it's smoother than even Toyota's system, and it's not going to be as buzzy because with an eCVT, yes, it's super simple, efficient, and nearly bulletproof. It just doesn't have that more performance edge to it most of the time with that buzzy eCVT engine. The current V6 Carnival gets about 9 kilometers per liter at best. With 13.5 kilometers per liter, it is a 50% improvement in fuel economy. That is impressive. For driving characteristics, they said the hybrid switched between electric motor and engine with hardly any jolting. Lower speeds or with gentle acceleration, the electric motor was taking control most of the time. When you need more acceleration, push the pedal down and the engine will kick in to, of course, improve the power output. Eco mode, they said, did rein in performance, leading to slower acceleration, but obviously that's what eco mode is for, to maximize fuel economy. They said the handling is surprisingly steady for a vehicle of its size. They said the driving noise was lower than in other non-hybrid models, but the wind noise was noticeably loud in the second row when you're going about 60 miles an hour or faster. They said that the ride quality still feels way better than the previous generation. I don't know if they're saying pre-refresh or pre-redesign because it was a Sedona pre-redesign, and I think that's what they're comparing it to, is the old Sedona. But that's what we called it here in the United States. They still called it the Carnival over in South Korea, even though we called it something different. There's also a new introduction of traffic jam optimized control. It only comes on the hybrid, apparently. It intelligently times the hybrid engine start based off of real-time traffic data to smooth out those frequent tiresome starts and stops in heavy traffic, leveraging the hybrid's electric motor for efficient low-speed maneuvering. Toyota uses something like this as well. I'll put on the screen what it's called. They've been using it for quite a while now, maybe about 4 or 5 years in some of their hybrids. Okay, let's get into the price. Now, keep in mind, just because it's a direct conversion from Korean won to US dollars doesn't mean that's what it would come in here in North America. You got to keep in mind, totally different markets. They go for different prices. All right, so they're saying that the hybrid starts at 39.25 million won, which comes out to be a little over 30,000 US dollars. The price gap between hybrid versus gasoline or diesel ranges about 2.5 million to 4.5 million won. And they're saying expect this model to arrive in the first half of 2024 for international markets. That, of course, would include the United States. And remember, we got the last update on the Carnival May 1st of 2023, so maybe somewhere around May as well, sneaking into the last month of the first half of 2024 for the refresh plus the hybrid, guys. Are you excited to have some competition for the Toyota Sienna? Or if you are on a wait list for the Toyota Sienna hybrid, make sure to check out the Kia Carnival hybrid that's coming in the near future. I know in some places there are a wait list for a year and a half, 2 years to get your hands on a Sienna hybrid. This is going to obviously be a thorn in Toyota's side, in my opinion. But a lot of interesting things coming from the Sienna. You know, we're hearing that it could go back to or go to Japan for production. You know, the Previa was obviously imported from Japan into the United States. That was the last time we saw a minivan from Toyota built in Japan. The Sienna has always been built in North America, but it could be going back to Japan for production there. And if it does, hopefully we get plug-in hybrids of it as well. Now, Kia could for sure do a plug-in hybrid of the Carnival in the near future. They just put a larger battery pack, one that you see. Actually, here's the thing. You know how the new Santa Fe just launched? The new Santa Fe, I know it's a Hyundai, but Hyundai and Kia share powertrains and platforms. But the new Santa Fe got rid of the plug-in hybrid at launch for this new boxy off-roady generation. And I think it's because what I've been reading anyways is that they're developing a new plug-in hybrid system with bigger battery pack, more power, and better electric range. So that could be in the hangar waiting for it to be dropped as well into this Kia Carnival. And if that's the case, that would be insane. We would love to see some competition to the Pacifica hybrid as well as the standard hybrid from the Toyota Sienna. But I'm going to end it there, guys. I could talk about minivans all day long. My favorite vehicles to move people around, to move things around as well. It's an absolute Swiss Army knife. Going to end it there. Wishing you guys a happy new year. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.